Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. My Rams, talk to me, my guides. What do you have for us? As we're getting very close to the new year. Hope you're all getting ready for the holiday season. Let's see what's happening, my guides. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries as we press towards the new year. My guides, talk to me. What's happening with my friends? Let's get this started off nice. Okay, yeah, and the deck is being a little specific. There it is. Very dreamy. This is big water sign energy that I normally see with water signs. There's a clock, so time could be playing a factor in whatever you're going through. This is a very etheric mental energy that we're picking up right here in the front. Dreamy as well, so there's a lot of undertones we could pick up with this card. Before we fully dive into it though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So it's a very interesting aesthetic we have going on here. Notice we have this woman. It looks like she's doing some sort of meditation or yoga. There's also this clock with the numbers shooting out all over the place. It's very dreamy and airy, like I said. Now, I often pick this up with water signs, so if you're connected to one or have a prominent one in your life, they could be showing up with this card. But to me, it is mainly about the mind, this card. So for a lot of Aries, our minds could be extra active, daydreaming, thinking, all that stuff, which can be good. That's very good for creation. But at the same time, if you think too much and you're not getting into any action, it could really build up into stress or anxiety. So that's something I would like to say is you might need to let some of this mental energy out. Now, the fact that there is a clock here, I always have to bring up the fact that it could be representing time in one form or fashion. So maybe you're waiting on something. Maybe it feels like time is passing. You're waiting for a certain amount of time to pass. And I always say that we always experience time in different ways. You know how sometimes it feels like the whole year just flew by, but other times time seems to drag. So we're just going to place that here. It's an interesting way for us to start off, but let's get into tarot now. And I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. We'll see if it ties in though. Shuffle it up here one time and see what we have for you, Aries. My guides, talk to me. What do we got in late December? And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very intriguing. It was titled An Unexpected Return. So that could still happen for a lot of Aries in this time, like things, people, behaviors, cycles. There was a lot of returning energy around us, around the collective. So we'll see if that continues. As you know, every reading is different. Energy is very fluid, so only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. But there was a heavy energy of things cycling back around. Let's get it going here. Let's get 3 cards for the Aries collective, please. What's happening with my friends? Thank you. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, huh? All right. That's not the nicest way for us to start off, but we'll take it, right? We'll roll with the punches. Let's get that 5 of Pentacles right in there. Let's get a couple more and really start to build this story out for you, my friends. What's happening, my gods? Thank you. Nine of Swords, very stress-induced here. Now, this is not the holiday spirit, my friends. All right, not the most favorable energy. So if that's not you, it could be someone you're connected to that's going through a tough one. Let's get one more out here and really start to build this story out. Now, unfortunately, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, these are energies that kind of link together. Okay, we have the 2 of Swords right here on the back end, so we do have a little bit of mystery, and it makes sense that we have a lot of this sword energy because sword is mental. It's also communication, and we were seeing it right here in the very beginning. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, I look down here at the box. Once again, lots of air energy I'm seeing here with the sword. So the active mind could be very heavy, or something around communication. The fact that we have a lot of sword energy is a lot of internal energy. I'm not saying it's definitely strife, but there's a lot of internal energy happening here. 5 of Pentacles, like, yeah, someone's having a blue Christmas, right? That's the vibe I'm picking up already. But let's go through one by one and really start to build on this. Because remember, the clarifiers could tell us about things changing or things getting better, but it's a pressurized energy I'm picking up here already. Position number 1, we have the Five of Pentacles, okay? When this card shows up, it could be a lot of different things. One, this could be somebody that's lonesome. It could be somebody that's missing another person. Generally, we see this card when it feels like somebody has been separated from a group or thrown out in the cold. You think of abandonment issues when we look at the extreme end of this. It could also represent issues in regards to money, work, finances, anything like that. So in this time for a lot of Aries, watch the money, watch the spending. Okay, but to me, this is like a solitary card. It's kind of like the rougher aspects of the Hermit when I see this. Now, every card has positives and challenges. A positive of this card, it could represent somebody who's starting off on a new journey of some kind, and the first steps might be a little difficult, but they're doing what they got to do. Okay, but I would absolutely watch the monetary situations when this card shows up. Moving to the center, we get some stress happening here. We have the Nine of Swords. Now, as you see, and as I've already been talking about, there's a lot of this mental action. There's this dreamy energy that we saw with the first card. The Nine of Swords could represent sleep. So for a lot of Aries in this time, very important that you're getting proper rest, relaxation here. Someone could be having a very difficult time sleeping, right? This to me could sometimes represent nightmares. It's stress, it's anxiety, it's nervousness. So we really want to dig deeper into this card. Now, this is one of the cards that is shown in the nighttime, like the Two of Swords. So we did see this energy last week of the unexpected, the hidden, the unknown. This card could represent that as well. Another thing with the Nine of Swords, and I know I'm just machine gun firing meanings at you, the Nine of Swords is a very paranormal card. So for a lot of Aries, might be having some paranormal experiences in this time, or your sensitivity to those energies could be greatly heightened when we have the Nine of Swords. But like I said, this doesn't have to be your energy, it could be somebody else's, and it feels quite stressed or nervous or anxious, and we'll really want to dig into that deeper. And when we combine the Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, there might be some warnings to be had, we'll see. But moving to the back end, we have this Two of Swords. Let's talk about it. Now, as I already mentioned earlier, this is one of my cards of mystery, and that holds true. As with all twos in tarot, it could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads of some sort. So maybe some of you are in that place. Maybe there's certain things, problems, situations that have been going on where you're having a hard time connecting all the dots. This could be a card of like mental fog. So this could be somebody that's having a difficult time connecting the dots. Now, a big thing with this card to me is the mystery aspect of it. Notice the person is hoodwinked. It's nighttime. There's a moon on here next to this Nine of Swords. So maybe there is someone that's nervous about the unknown, what's coming down the pipeline, what's to come. But I'm getting a very tense energy here right in the very beginning of this spread. So remember, last week's reading was an unexpected return. Now we have a lot of this mysterious energy right here on the back end of the spread. So it's going to be intriguing to see how this all plays out. Now remember, these energies could change on a dime. We could be seeing how problems and situations could be resolved. It all really depends. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aries. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Aries Collective. My guides, talk to me. What's happening with my friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Pentacles, though. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you can drop it right down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Five of Pentacles time. What's happening? Why is this Five of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay. All right, we have the Ten of Cups, complete opposite energy. Now, I could say this, Aries, depending on how the rest of this plays out, there could be some sort of like drastic change that happens like very suddenly, where it goes from like having nothing to having everything. So for a lot of you, I would say that's claimable energy. But I'm picking up a little something else intuitive here, and I feel like it's either one or the other. We have to see how it all plays. Ten of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. It's happiness. Now, For some of you, this could be as easy as missing someone in a very deep way. Maybe there's someone that misses you in a deep way. It could be missing family. This is a card of the home and family as well, but it's a card of everything. So to me, it's either like a drastic turn or something changes very quickly, surprisingly, unexpectedly, or this could be someone saying, like, I used to have it all type of energy. Like, I had everything, or everything was at my fingertips. Now look at the situation. So it could be somebody feeling like, I don't want to say glum, but looking at something in a pessimistic way. Like, I was happy, but now look at the current situation. So I feel like it could be a change in the positive. We'll see how it all plays out. But when we have the five of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups in the upright, someone that might feel like they lost something. Okay, like either they're missing something or they lost something that was very, very important to them. Once again, I'm not saying that's you. This could be someone around you going through a big bout of this seasonal depression, we could call it. It's kind of showing up. So we're just going to put this down right here. It is what it is. We're not going to dwell on it because it could be good, right? It all depends on how the rest of this plays out. So it's still in flux. Let's keep moving forward. We'll talk about it more during the recap. So let's go in on that 9 of Swords and see what's happening there. So why is the 9 of Swords here? Yeah, I'm getting that missing, that longing right there in the front. So let's see what's happening with the 9. Please and thank you. All right. Yeah. Very impatient energy here. All right, if you're connected to an earth sign, they're showing up right here in the center. And this is somebody, whatever they're going through, whatever problems or situations, internal things that they're going through, either it's taking them a very long time to deal with it, or this is something that's not new. Okay, so whatever problem or big situation that's showing up here in this spread, either it's taken, like I said, either it's taken a long time to resolve and work through, or this is something that's not new. Like, it's not super surprising. It's like, okay, well, I kind of knew this. It's part of the cycle. It's how this person acts around this time of year. I'm picking that up here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles could also be a messenger. Okay, so whether you're waiting on communication, waiting on talk, this is very, very slow type of energy. And if you're not connected to an earth sign here, it's like whatever this nervousness, this anxiousness is, it's like implanted in whoever's energy this is. And it's hard for them to really work through it. Okay, so for some of you, yeah, this could be someone who, like, mentally, emotionally, they could be a bit of a mess right now. Okay, and it's just showing up here right in the center of the spread. So once again, I don't feel like we need to dwell on this. It is what it is. But whatever this person's trying to resolve, it could be taking them a very long time to resolve it. Or this is just something it's not new. Like I said, let's keep moving. Some of you, maybe you're waiting on hearing from someone as well. Because remember, I did say in the very beginning, could be waiting on something. We could pick that up here in the center as well. Like waiting impatiently. So let's see what's up with that 2 of Swords. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. I would say, even before we get to the 2 of Swords, there are some warnings here, even though there's possibility for improvement. So let's go in on that 2 of Swords before we get into our recap. Why is that 2 of Swords in the mix? Thank you. Big emotional warning here. We have the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard, holding a goblet, having himself some eggnog. A little seasonal drink right here on the back end. So could be a water sign. So now you're seeing we have a lot of the internal energy showing up. Double cups, double swords. There's a lot of internal emotional energy all over this spread. Now the King of Cups, if you're not connected to a water sign that's laying low, the King of Cups is the ruler of one's emotions. It's the ruler of one's feelings, internal world, and it does represent a huge amount of love and care. So whatever situation, if this is jiving for you, if this is hitting, there's a lot of love and care there, at least coming from one direction when we have this King of Cups. So don't feel like there's not any love, but a big thing with him is emotional control. So once again, we did see it here in the center, like somebody trying to get their emotions under control, get their emotions under wraps. There could be somebody that is having very volatile emotions right now, and they're trying to keep it to themselves. Now, once again, with the mystery and then the King of Cups, there could be something that you're feeling, you're processing, that you're not letting on to anybody. Okay, so whether it's something within you or something about a specific situation or problem, You might just be keeping it to yourself, keeping it under wraps for whatever reason, like putting on a happy face and not talking about it. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here. But once again, with all the stuff we have going on in this spread, this is an emotional warning, or a warning about how someone's feeling, because there's a lot of things that are a little out of whack here, and you might not see it. You might see it, but you might not see it as well, especially if there's some sort of gap between you and this individual. Like, this is a struggle. Okay, somebody's going through a struggle here. So let's go through and do a quick little recap, Aries, because there's some challenges in this week's spread, and that's okay, right? We all deal with these energies from time to time. But let's go through, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the 5 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups in the upright. Now, I did say for some of you, if you've been in a very tough situation or a rough situation, things could change on a dime very quickly, like a surprising change, or something just improves where it's like, all right, this was rough, now it's good. But a big vibe I was picking up here, and it links in more with what the rest of the reading has to say, is that somebody may feel like they've lost something very important to them. So we're seeing a possible loss here, or someone who feels like they had it all, they had everything, and it's like, all right, well, now look at the situation, now look at the problem. It's like it's gotten worse for whatever reason, okay? And there's a missing here, there's a longing. Moving to the center, we do have the 9 of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. And yeah, there is connection to the family unit all over the place as well. But the 9 of Swords with this Knight of Pentacles, this to me does feel like maybe waiting on a communication or a message of some kind, and it's stressing somebody out. This could be a problem or a situation that is ingrained within someone, where it's either taken them a long time to work through it, or it's something that's not new. Okay, like this isn't something brand new. Like maybe around this time of year, this person always acts like this. It was kind of giving me that vibe, but it is what it is. It's just moving very slowly. And I did say, to me, it did feel like someone could be a bit of a mess right now. And I was picking it up on the back end too, because we get over to the 2 of Swords with the King of Cups himself in the upright. So yeah, we have earth sign energy, we have water sign energy showing up here in a very big way. But to me, this does feel like someone like keeping their emotions down, putting on a happy face, where they might be going through a tough one, but they're not showing it. And I did say overall, this is an emotional warning, even though there is a lot of love and care showing up in the undercurrent of this energy. This to me felt like a warning about someone's feelings and emotions, very volatile here. So yeah, please take a screenshot, Aries. We're gonna get into this shadow card, okay? And remember, energies, they move, right? They move through, they get processed, and this one might take a little bit. But let's see what's in the shadows for you, Aries. And as you know, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end. It's a thing I like to do just to see what's going on, whether it's something within you, maybe it's something you don't quite see. It doesn't always have to be a challenge. So let's get you one shadow card here, just to end it off nice. Okay, so what do we have in the shadows for Aries? Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it down in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel and the mission over here. So no pressure, obviously. There's a few different options, but let's get it going here. No pressure. Thank you. Hierophant. So this stuck type of energy that I was picking up here in the center is showing up in the shadows as well. Now the Hierophant, it could represent routine, day-to-day life, things that have been in your life for a very long time. It's a spiritual card as well. It's the card that represents Taurus. So if you're connected to Taurus, now they're starting to show up. But it's giving me a lot of similarities to what we were picking up here in the center. Something that is either taking a long time to work through or move through. And it could be very stubborn, or just something that's not new. Like it almost feels ingrained. So it's like we're getting a double down of this energy from spirit when this shows up in the shadows. So what else can we talk about with this Hierophant energy? Aside from what we already said. Sometimes it can represent marriages, long-term connections, but I think of power structures and authority figures as well. So there is something about an authority figure or a power structure that could be affecting you in a big way. A dark side of the Hierophant is that it could be very much stubborn and immovable. So for some of you, Spirit could be telling you to roll with the punches and to try to not put your foot in the ground. And as an Aries myself, I know we could work with things. We could roll with the punches when necessary. Spirit's asking us not to be super stubborn in this time. So yeah, please take a screenshot of that if you'd like to as well. Aries, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.